What if I told you that the humble chicken, the bird that graces our breakfast plates and struts across farmyards, is actually a living dinosaur with a surprising talent for solving puzzles, a secret language of over 30 distinct calls, and a legacy that stretches back farther than the pyramids? Stick around, because in the next few minutes, we're going to crack open the eggshell of ignorance and reveal what a chicken truly is. No yolks left unturned. Defining the chicken. Let's start with the basics. Scientifically, a chicken is Gallus gallus domesticus, a subspecies of the red jungle fowl native to Southeast Asia. It belongs to the order Galliformes, which also includes turkeys, quails, and pheasants. While we often think of chickens as farm animals, they are in fact birds, warm-blooded, feathered, egg-laying vertebrates with a beak, 2 legs, and a keen sense of sight. What sets them apart from other birds is not just their ubiquity on dinner tables, but their remarkable adaptability to human environments, a trait that has turned them into one of the most numerous terrestrial vertebrates on the planet, with an estimated global population exceeding 25 billion individuals. Evolutionary origins, from dino to drumstick. If you picture a chicken as a distant relative of the Tyrannosaurus rex, you're not far off. Birds are the only surviving lineage of theropod dinosaurs, the group that included fierce predators like Velociraptor and T-Rex. Around 150 million years ago, small feathered theropods began evolving traits that would eventually give rise to modern birds: lighter bones, a fused clavicle forming the wishbone, and a high metabolism lifestyle. The red jungle fowl, the wild ancestor of our domestic chicken, appeared roughly 8,000 to 10,000 years ago in the forests of Thailand, Vietnam, and southern China. Early humans likely first encountered these birds while foraging, noting their tasty meat and prolific egg-laying, 2 qualities that would soon make them prime candidates for domestication. Anatomy and physiology. More than just a pair of wings. Let's take a quick tour under the feathers. A chicken's skeleton is a marvel of lightweight engineering. Its bones are pneumatic, meaning they're filled with air sacs that connect to the respiratory system, reducing weight while maintaining strength, crucial for a bird that needs to burst into flight when threatened. Even if most domesticated strains prefer a leisurely waddle, the muscular system is dominated by the powerful pectoralis muscles, which make up about 15 to 20% of body mass and drive the wing's downstroke. Though modern broilers have been bred for massive breast meat, their wings remain capable of short, explosive bursts, enough to flap over a low fence or escape a pursuing predator. The chicken's digestive tract is equally impressive. Lacking teeth, it relies on a muscular gizzard to grind food, often aided by swallowed grit or small stones. Food passes from the crop, a storage pouch, to the proventriculus, where enzymes begin digestion, then to the gizzard, and finally through the intestines. This efficient system allows chickens to convert a wide variety of feed, grains, insects, kitchen scraps, into body mass, with a feed-to-meat ratio that rivals many livestock species. And then there's the famous comb and wattles. These fleshy vascular structures act as radiators, helping the bird dissipate heat, a vital adaptation for a creature that can generate considerable metabolic heat during rapid growth or active foraging. In roosters, a large bright comb also serves as a visual signal of health and vigor, influencing mate selection and social hierarchy. Behavior and social life, the chicken's secret society. Now let's talk chicken psychology. Contrary to the cliche of the bird brain, chickens demonstrate surprisingly sophisticated cognitive abilities. They can recognize over 100 individual faces, both of their own kind and humans, remembering who's friendly and who's a threat for weeks at a time. Experiments have shown that chickens can understand object permanence, knowing that a hidden item still exists, demonstrate self-control in delayed gratification tasks, and even exhibit empathy-like responses when they see a fellow bird in distress. Socially, chickens live in hierarchies known as pecking orders, a term that actually originated from observing these birds. Each flock establishes a linear ranking where dominant birds enjoy first access to food, prime roosting spots, and mating opportunities, while subordinates learn to avoid conflict by yielding. This order is maintained through subtle. It's reinforced by a repertoire of vocalizations and body language. Researchers have identified at least 30 distinct calls, ranging from the familiar cluck of contentment to alarm calls that warn of aerial predators, and even a specific food call that summons flockmates to a newly discovered bounty. And yes, chickens do have a sense of humor. Well, at least they appear to enjoy playful behavior. Chicks often engage in tidy-up games, pecking at shiny objects, and adults have been observed indulging in dust-bathing rituals that look suspiciously like a spa day. Some owners report their chickens learning simple tricks, like pecking a target for a treat, or even responding to their names, proof that beneath those feathers lies a mind eager to learn. If you're finding this feather-filled journey as fascinating as a chicken finding a worm, smash that like button, slap the subscribe, and share this video with a friend who thinks chickens are just bird-brained. Your support helps us bring more deep dives into the everyday wonders of our world. Now let's keep scratching the surface. Domestication and human interaction, from forest fowl to farm staple. The journey from jungle fowl to the chickens we know today began thousands of years ago, likely in multiple regions across Southeast Asia and the Indian subcontinent. Archaeological evidence, including chicken bones dating back to 5400 BCE in China and 3000 BCE in the Indus Valley, suggests that early humans first kept these birds for their eggs and occasional meat, as well as for ritual purposes. In many ancient cultures, the rooster's crow was associated with the sunrise, making it a potent symbol of vigilance and rebirth. As agriculture spread, so did the chicken. By the time of the Egyptian New Kingdom, circa 1500 BCE, chickens had appeared in the Nile Delta, likely brought via trade routes. The Romans embraced them wholeheartedly, breeding for larger size and better egg production, and even wrote treatises on poultry husbandry. Pliny the Elder noted their usefulness in pest control, as chickens eagerly devour insects that threaten crops. During the Middle Ages, chickens became a staple of peasant households across Europe, valued for their ability to turn kitchen scraps into protein. The age of exploration carried them to the New World. Spanish conquistadors introduced chickens to the Americas in the 1500s, where they quickly integrated into indigenous farming systems. The real transformation, however, came in the 20th century with the advent of industrial agriculture. Selective breeding programs focused on two main trajectories: layers, optimized for egg output, some modern hybrids lay over 300 eggs per year, and broilers, bred for rapid growth and massive breast muscle, reaching market weight in just 5 to 6 weeks. These advances turned the chicken into the most efficient land-based protein source on the planet, feeding billions and shaping modern diets. Yet with this efficiency came ethical debates. Concerns about welfare in confined animal feeding operations, CAFOs, have spurred movements toward free-range, pasture-raised, and even regenerative poultry practices that aim to restore the bird's natural behaviors: scratching, dust bathing, and foraging, while still meeting market demands. Chickens in culture and humor, more than just a cluck. Beyond the coop, chickens have strutted their way into humanity's stories, jokes, and art. In folklore, the rooster often appears as a guardian against evil spirits. Its crow at dawn was believed to dispel darkness. In Chinese mythology, the rooster is one of the 12 zodiac animals, symbolizing fidelity and punctuality. In Western humor, the chicken has become a punchline magnet. Think, why did the chicken cross the road? The answer, of course, is to get to the other side, but the joke's endurance reveals how we project human motives onto this simple act of movement. Comedians have riffed on chicken nervousness, their tendency to panic in flocks, and the absurd image of a chicken trying to navigate a bustling city street. Chickens have also starred in cinema and television. Who could forget the chaotic feather-filled antics of Chicken Run, the stop-motion masterpiece where a band of plucky hens engineers a daring escape from a farm? Or the iconic Foghorn Leghorn cartoons, where a bombastic rooster delivers southern fried wisdom with a drawl. Even in literature, chickens appear as symbols, from the sacrificial hen in Shirley Jackson's The Lottery to the resilient bird in Toni Morrison's Song of Solomon, representing both vulnerability and tenacity. And let's not forget the culinary world's love affair with the chicken. From French coq au vin to American buffalo wings, Indian chicken tikka masala to Japanese yakitori, the bird's mild flavor and versatile texture have made it a global canvas for chefs. In fact, the United States alone consumes roughly 8 billion pounds of chicken each year, enough to fill over 1,300 Olympic-sized swimming pools if you turn the meat into broth. All of this cultural penetration underscores a simple truth. The chicken is not just a source of protein, it's a character in our collective narrative, a feathered foil for our jokes, and a testament to how deeply intertwined human and animal histories can be. The modern poultry industry, feeding a hungry planet. Today, the chicken industry is a marvel of logistics, science, and economics. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, global chicken meat production surpassed 120 million metric tons in 2023, while egg production exceeded 86 million metric tons. The top producers, United States, China, Brazil, and the European Union, account for over half of this output, supported by sophisticated supply chains that span breeding farms, hatcheries, grow-out houses, processing plants, and distribution networks. Modern breeding relies on genomic selection, where scientists analyze DNA markers to predict traits like growth rate, feed efficiency, disease resistance, and egg quality. This accelerates genetic gain far beyond what traditional pedigree-based methods could achieve. As a result, broiler chickens today convert feed to meat at a ratio of about 1.6 to 1, meaning 1.6 kilograms of feed yields roughly 1 kilogram of live weight, an improvement of nearly 50% compared to birds from the 1950s. Layer hens, meanwhile, have been pushed to lay up to 340 eggs per year under optimal conditions, thanks to advances in lighting programs, nutrition, and health management. Automated egg collection systems, climate-controlled barns, and real-time monitoring sensors help farmers maintain optimal environments, reducing stress and maximizing productivity. Sustainability efforts are also gaining traction. Researchers are exploring alternative feeds, such as insect protein, algae, and food processing byproducts, to lessen the reliance on soy and corn, which have significant land use footprints. Manure management techniques convert chicken litter into biofuel or fertilizer, closing nutrient loops. Some producers are adopting slow-grow broiler strains that, while taking longer to reach market weight, exhibit better welfare outcomes and produce meat with a different texture profile favored by niche markets. Consumer demand is shifting too. Labels like free-range, pasture-raised, organic, and antibiotic-free now occupy significant shelf space, reflecting a growing awareness of animal welfare and environmental impact. In response, many large-scale operators are investing in enriched housing systems that provide perches, pecking objects, and access to outdoor runs, striving to balance efficiency with the bird's natural behaviors. All of this illustrates that the chicken, far from being a simple farmyard creature, sits at the nexus of technology, economics, ethics, and culture. A tiny dinosaur that continues to shape the modern world in ways we are only beginning to fully grasp. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of chickens, from their dinosaur roots to their role in feeding billions, please show your love by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and ringing the notification bell so you never miss another fascinating What Is episode. Share this with anyone who's ever wondered why the chicken crossed the road, or who simply enjoys a good feathery fact. Drop a comment below with your favorite chicken-related memory, joke, or recipe. We love reading your stories and might feature them in a future video. Thank you for watching, and remember, the next time you see a chicken, you're looking at a living piece of prehistoric history, a social genius, and a culinary superstar, all wrapped in a feathered package. Bonus fact. And now for a bonus nugget that didn't make it into the main script. Did you know that chickens can dream? Studies using electroencephalogram (EEG) recordings have shown that chickens experience rapid eye movement (REM sleep, the stage associated with dreaming in mammals, suggesting they might replay the day's adventures, imagine foraging for tasty bugs, or even rehearse escaping a predator while they snooze. So the next time you see a chicken twitching its feet in its sleep, it might just be chasing a dreamy worm across a moonlit coop. Sweet dreams, little dinosaur. See you next time.